Hi Real Life Kids, my name is Gemma and I'm the youth team leader. I'm going to look at the next part of our series, The Stories Jesus Told. They are little stories with big ideas, and today's story is called The Parable of the Talents. In the story, there's a very rich man who asks 3 of his servants to look after his money while he goes away. He gives each of the servants a different amount to look after. So to one servant, he gives 5 talents. To the second servant, he gives 2 talents. And to the third servant, he gives 1 talent. In those days, a talent was a really heavy amount of gold or silver. It was a lot of money. And when the man returns from his trip, he is really pleased with the first 2 servants because they'd used what he'd given them well. The servant who he'd given 5 bags to had made 5 more. And the servant that he'd given 2 bags to had made 2 more. The rich man in the story is like Jesus, and the first 2 servants are like people who follow Jesus and are faithful. That means they keep on making good choices and living for Jesus. The third servant didn't use what he had been given well. While the rich man was away, he just carried on living for himself. He didn't take responsibility for what he'd been given. When the rich man returns, he's angry with the third servant. The third servant is like people who don't believe in Jesus and are disobedient. That means they make bad choices. The Bible tells us that one day Jesus is going to return, and this story shows us that we need to keep following him and making good decisions for him until he does. Jesus celebrates when we make good choices and follow him. So what good choices could you make to follow Jesus this week? You could choose to use the gifts and abilities God has given you to make something or do something to say thank you to Jesus. Some of you are good at drawing and painting or writing or drama or dance or music or baking. You could use all of those things. You could share what you make or what you do with somebody else to help them keep following Jesus too. And if you haven't made your own decision to follow Jesus and say sorry for living your own way and you want to become part of God's family, then ask a grown-up to help you do that. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy making your craft. Bye bye.